Duke and Duchess of Cambridge left the hospital here behind me. One of the reporters asked Kate if she was feeling any better.
William and Kate are having another baby. Tabloids have already been in a tizzy for months, with cover after cover speculating that the Duchess of Cambridge was expecting again.
Nobody saw this coming. Kate and William are having another baby, baby number 4, after the cancer. After all those months when Kate wasn't seen anywhere, after everyone thought the hardest part was over. Now this. And here's the crazy part. The palace announcement was ice cold. 2 sentences, no photos, no smiles, no nothing. Just a quick statement that left everyone confused and asking what's really going on. September 21st, 2025. 9 in the morning, Buckingham Palace puts out a statement. Short. Really short. Princess Catherine is expecting her 4th child. That's it. No extra information. Nothing about how anyone feels. No date for when the baby's coming. No hint if it's a boy or girl.
Duke and Duchess of Cambridge announcing they are expecting.
Just that line, then silence. Within 6 hours, every news channel was running with it. BBC had it as breaking news. Sky News kept replaying the announcement. The Times made it their main story. Royal reporters were all saying the same thing. This feels weird. One of them put it like this: it's like they wanted to tell us but didn't actually want to tell us anything. The statement that broke the internet. What made it even stranger was that Kate hadn't been around for 3 months. The last time anyone saw her was back in June at Trooping the Color, and even then people were still worried about her health. She'd just gotten through cancer treatment. The whole world watched her disappear after surgery.
I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you personally for all the wonderful messages of support and for your understanding.
Then chemotherapy, then all those months recovering in private. Most people thought that June appearance was her way of saying she's back and she's okay. Nobody expected a pregnancy announcement. And now those 3 months of staying out of sight suddenly make sense. She wasn't hiding because she was still sick. She was keeping a secret that would have caused chaos if it got out too early. Look at the timing, though. King Charles is still dealing with cancer. He's barely doing any public events. William has been picking up more and more of his father's duties. The whole monarchy was starting to look shaky, like it might be falling apart. Then this announcement drops, and suddenly everyone's talking about the future instead of worrying about what's happening right now. Some people think it's just coincidence. Others think it was planned perfectly. Either way, it changed the conversation completely. Instead of a family in trouble, now it's a family that's growing and moving forward. But here's what got everyone really digging. The palace didn't say if it's a boy or a girl, not even a hint. And that's not normal for royal announcements. When Kate was pregnant with George back in 2013, everyone was guessing the gender. Newspapers ran polls. People were placing bets. It was huge. This time, nothing from the palace, which just made people look for clues even harder. 2 days after the announcement, Kate shows up at a children's literacy event. She's wearing a cream-colored coat, and there's a pink rose brooch pinned on it. Pink. And royal watchers went crazy. People on social media were saying Kate doesn't do random fashion choices. Everything she wears means something. Someone pointed out that back in 2015, right before Charlotte was born, Kate wore a powder blue coat, like she was dropping hints. Royals plan everything they wear down to the smallest detail. So that pink rose? People think it's her way of saying it's a girl without actually saying it. By September 23rd, betting sites saw tons of people putting money on it being a girl. Social media was filled with people comparing photos of Kate's outfits from all her pregnancies, trying to figure out the pattern. And the palace still wasn't confirming or denying anything, just letting people guess and talk and speculate. Maybe the silence is on purpose. Maybe they're keeping things quiet because there's more to protect than just a gender reveal. They're protecting Kate and the baby from all the pressure that comes with every single piece of information they share. Think about what this baby means. If it's a girl, Charlotte gets a sister, someone who might be her closest friend and ally as they grow up. Another princess in a family that's already changing what it means to be a royal woman. If it's a boy, then Louis isn't the youngest anymore. everything shifts. And with George already dealing with being second in line to the throne, every new kid changes how this family works. But beyond all the guessing games and the brooch theories, there's something heavier here. This pregnancy happened after Kate fought cancer, after she disappeared from the world to deal with chemo in private, after months of pain and fear that most people can't imagine. This baby isn't just about having another kid. It's Kate saying she's still here and she's not done living her life. Some people who work at the palace think they're keeping details private because they're juggling multiple stories. Charles's health, William taking on more responsibilities, Kate's recovery, and now a pregnancy that could mean hope or added stress, depending on how people see it. The palace has always been good at controlling what gets out and when. But this time, it feels more personal. Like they're not just protecting the institution, they're protecting a woman who's already been through hell. But why announce it in September? Why after all those months of staying quiet? The timing feels too perfect. It came just weeks after Charles started doing a few public events again while still getting treatment. Just months after Kate came back looking stronger. Right when the monarchy needed some good news. Was this always the plan? Or did they have to announce it because rumors were about to break anyway? Someone who works at the palace, speaking anonymously, said they didn't want this to look like Kate's big comeback show. They wanted it to feel real and strong, not like a publicity stunt. Maybe that's why the announcement was so plain and straight to the point. Maybe it was their way of saying this is serious, this is happening, and we're not turning it into a media circus. But 18 months ago, Kate was going through chemo. She was sick and tired and scared, trying to hide how bad it was from her 3 kids. Now, she's pregnant. And for lots of people, that feels like beating the odds. It feels like Kate looked at everything she survived and decided she wasn't going to let fear control what happens next. How Kate changed royal motherhood. To get why this 4th pregnancy matters so much, you have to go back to July 2013. Prince George was just born, and Kate walked out of St. Mary's Hospital hours later in a polka dot dress.
For months, the world had been waiting for this moment. A protective father, an adoring mother. Together, they showed off their son and future king,
holding her baby, smiling. It broke the rules. Most royals stayed hidden for weeks after having a baby. But Kate showed up and let everyone see what childbirth actually looks like. Tired, emotional, messy, and real. What people didn't know was that Kate had hyperemesis gravidarum during that pregnancy. It's a condition that causes extreme throwing up and nausea, and it put her in the hospital early on. But she didn't talk about it much publicly. She just kept going. When she was pregnant with Charlotte in 2015, Kate started talking about using hypnobirthing, which is about breathing and staying calm during labor. That wasn't normal for royals. They didn't usually share personal stuff about their pregnancies. But Kate was already doing things differently. She was showing you could be royal and still be open, still be human. Then Louis came in 2018, and that pregnancy was even tougher. Kate dealt with the same severe sickness again, but she also started speaking out about mental health for mothers. She talked about guilt, about feeling lonely, about the pressure moms face that nobody wants to admit. She went on a podcast called Happy Mom, Happy Baby and said something that stuck with millions of women. It's so hard. You get a lot of support with the baby as a person, but not with you as the mother. That honesty changed things. It made her more than a princess. It made her someone real, dealing with the same struggles other moms deal with. Now in 2025, this 4th pregnancy carries all that history, plus everything new. She's not just having another baby. She's proving that surviving isn't the end of the story. Through all of it, William has been right there. He doesn't get the big headlines. He doesn't stand in the spotlight like Kate does, but he's been the one holding everything together. Back in 2013, when Kate was in the hospital with morning sickness, William visited every night. He avoided the cameras and just showed up for his wife. By 2017, when she was pregnant with Louis, William was doing everything. School runs, putting kids to bed, royal duties. keeping the media away from Kate. People close to them said William made sure Kate never had to stress about home stuff. Her only job was taking care of herself and the baby. William's support goes deeper than just being helpful. Losing his mom, Diana, in 1997 changed how he sees being a parent.
The Diana, Princess of Wales, has been killed in a car accident.
He said before that he wants his kids to feel loved every day, not because they have to, but because they do. When Kate was fighting cancer in 2024, William quietly cut back on royal appearances by almost 30% so he could be with his family. Behind closed doors, he handled everything: Kate's recovery, the kids' school, royal work, and worrying about his dad's illness too. His strength doesn't make the news, but it's there in small moments. The way he puts his hand on Kate's back at events, how he watches George play rugby, how he helps Charlotte when they're on the balcony. Now with a fourth baby coming, William's role as a dad and future king matters more than ever. He's not just getting ready to be king someday, he's protecting the foundation of his family. The kids living under pressure. What about the 3 kids already dealing with royal life? George is 12 now and he knows more than most kids his age. He's second in line to the throne. He goes to Lambrook School where they teach him regular stuff but also prepare him for the role he'll have someday. People who know the family say George is quiet and thoughtful, already aware of the weight on him even if he doesn't show it much. Charlotte is 10 and she's totally different. She's smart, quick, confident when cameras are around. A royal photographer said she's like her mom. She knows when the cameras are on and she doesn't even flinch. Charlotte is close with George and she often acts like a little mom to Louis. Louis is 7 and he's the fun one. Playful, sometimes cheeky, and his unfiltered moments make people love him. Covering his ears when planes fly over, making faces on the balcony, just being a kid. But even Louis is slowly learning about the world he was born into. They're teaching him carefully, without crushing him the way George gets it. All 3 of them watched their mom get sick. People say the family was honest with them, especially George, who was told about Kate's cancer in a way he could understand without getting overwhelmed. Now with a new sibling coming, everything at home is going to change. Morning routines will be different. Attention gets split differently. Their roles might shift. This 4th baby won't just change the news, it'll change everyday life for kids already living under a microscope. To really get why this pregnancy announcement hit so hard, go back to March 2024. Kate appeared in a video that made the world stop. She sat alone, dressed simple, looked at the camera, and told everyone the truth. She had cancer.
Prince William has opened up about Kate's cancer battle and how the couple navigated that difficult time with their 3 children.
After surgery in January, doctors found something serious. She was starting preventative chemo. And for the first time in months, the rumors stopped because reality was worse than anyone thought. Before that video, Kate had vanished completely. Tabloids made up wild stories. Some said there was a personal crisis. Others said secret treatments or royal family drama. But the truth was simple and heartbreaking. Kate had surgery thinking it wasn't cancer. After the operation, doctors found something that changed everything. She started chemo in complete privacy, away from cameras and headlines, fighting a battle nobody knew about. Inside Kensington Palace, life changed fast. William quietly backed out of royal work and became a full-time dad. He went to every appointment, every hard night, every scary moment. Carol Middleton, Kate's mom, became the backbone. She did school runs, cooked meals, kept the kids' routines normal, and protected them from the media storm outside. Only a few people knew what was really happening. Everyone else just watched and worried. Kate focused on getting better. Her days were about privacy and structure, about her kids and her treatment. People close to her say even in her worst moments she kept thinking, "This can't be the end of my story." And it wasn't. By June 2025, she came back, standing tall at Trooping the Color, smiling with her family. But now, with a baby on the way, that return means even more. This isn't just recovery, it's rebirth. How people reacted. When Kate showed up at Trooping the Color in June 2025, it wasn't just another royal event. She wore pale blue, held her kids' hands, stood on the balcony with William beside her. The crowd went crazy. People were cheering and crying. It felt like relief after months of fear. Then came the pregnancy news and the internet exploded. Hashtags like Royal Baby 4 and Kate Returns shot to the top. Thousands of people flooded comments with hearts and crying emojis. One post said, "She's a warrior. This baby is a miracle." Another said, "After everything she went through, this is her light." But not everyone believed it. Some people, including royal watchers who've been around forever, questioned the timing. Was this announced now to shift attention from Charles's treatment? Was it a move to lift people's spirits right when Charles started fading from view? Even reporters couldn't agree. One headline called it a symbol of hope. Another called it a palace distraction. Still, nobody could ignore the impact. Overnight, the whole conversation changed. News outlets ran baby name polls. Morning shows debated nursery colors. For the first time in months, people weren't whispering about the monarchy. They were celebrating it. No matter what people think, one thing is clear. Kate's presence and this pregnancy reset the whole narrative. But behind every public story, there's palace strategy. And that's the next piece. While millions celebrated Kate's pregnancy, people inside palace circles saw it as more than happy news. This wasn't just about a baby. It was about timing, control, and the future of the monarchy. King Charles is getting cancer treatment. The crown is in transition. Behind the scenes, William has already taken over a bunch of public duties. And with that shift, the palace needed something powerful to change what people were focused on. Something that felt fresh and hopeful and full of promise. Enter baby number 4. People on the inside say the palace knew exactly how this would land. One person who works there reportedly said, "The public needed something to believe in again. This baby gives them that. A symbol of family, of pushing through hard times, of tomorrow." But here's the question people keep asking. Is this about joy or about control? Announcing a 4th child shifts the conversation. It pulls attention away from Charles fading from view and puts it on the Wales family's growing future. And in a monarchy built on symbols, that shift is everything. Even where this child sits in the line matters. 6th in line to the throne. Close enough to be relevant, but far enough to have some freedom. Not a direct heir, but not forgotten. At the same time, the palace knows this moment makes Kate and William look good. Not just as modern royals, but as relatable parents dealing with love, sickness, and new life. Some people see this as stabilizing. Others see it as a carefully planned distraction. Either way, the royal family got control of the story back, at least for now. Spring 2026. That's when the baby arrives. And when it does, every detail gets watched. The name, the gender, that first photo. It'll blow up everywhere. But something bigger is happening behind the scenes. King Charles is barely around anymore, still fighting cancer.
We've received breaking news from Buckingham Palace, which has announced that the King has been diagnosed with cancer.
William is stepping up fast. More speeches, more events. He's getting ready to be a dad again and getting ready to lead. This baby shows up right in the middle of chaos. Not during some peaceful time. During major change. For Kate, this isn't just another kid. It's her taking her life back after nearly losing it. Someone at the palace said it best. This isn't a comeback. It's Kate moving forward. Hence, this baby will be 6th in line, behind George, Charlotte, and Louis. That means less pressure. Maybe a more normal life. But they'll still grow up watching the monarchy transform into something new. Something that tries to balance old traditions with being more human and real. So yeah, the world's waiting. But it's not just about a baby anymore. It's about a family that survived hell. A monarchy dealing with serious change. And a kid showing up right when everything feels uncertain. Will this help the royals stay relevant? Nobody knows. But one thing's clear. This story isn't over. It's just getting started. If you like this story about courage and strong boundaries, please like the video, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more royal stories.